is a fifth dimension beyond what is known to man. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You've just crossed over into the box score zone.
You got your timer?
Yeah, I got it.
What's the matter?
I don't know. I just don't know when you're joking and when you're not. I don't know. I just, you know, maybe I take it too personally.
Just get in the box, all right?
You know, every time I try to do something and then, you know, I try to make a funny joke or I mock headlines or, you know, I'm booking all these guests and then all I hear is, you know, all the stuff I'm not doing. And then, you know, it just gets tiring for, you know, all these years. And, you know, Todd, I thought we had a great relationship. And then, you know, I always have stomach issues and you know, it's just after a while, I can't take it.
Mr. Dan Patrick, host of a well-listened to radio show, has just transformed into the exact thing he has never wanted to become. A person who uses the confinements of this box to vent about things that do not matter. And on a day not dissimilar to this one, on a channel very similar to the one you're currently watching, the box score starts now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. You guys had a long weekend, including a holiday yesterday, and of course heading up north to Canada to film your scene in Adam Sandler's upcoming flick, Pixels. Fritzy, was it smooth sailing, or did you end up getting yelled at on the set again?
It was surprisingly very smooth. I was extra concerned going in that I didn't want to have a repeat performance of messing up the first time around, but we had a great time. It was very comfortable. You know, the scene was done many, many times as they've done, you know, as you do in any movie, but not because any one of us screwed up. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like when it comes out, I guess sometime next spring or next summer, but no major issues.
Broccoli, that's not entirely true. Now, on the set, there were no issues. The thing was, when we got to town, we immediately had to be rushed over to the wardrobe department, and McLove and I were the last two members of the Danettes/Dan Patrick team to get there. And so I said to these nice young ladies who were working hard late night on the wardrobe, I said, hey, how was it? You met Fritzy, Seaton, and Dan? Like, oh, it was great. Dan wanted a beer. Seaton was cool. He brought his own stuff, brought the right stuff. I go, you didn't say anything about Fritzy. She goes, well, he didn't wear underwear. And she goes, usually for a wardrobe fitting, you wear underwear because often you have to drop your garments right in front of the person who's fitting you. They have to hem things.
You have to put on multiple versions of pants that are not yours,
right,
that other people have to wear.
Right, you may be trying on outfits that other people will have to wear the next day without being laundered.
Yeah, I did initially have no.
You didn't have underwear.
No underwear on, but then after I realized that the first pair of pants, I took a gamble that they were going to fit. Those were a little too tight. So then, doing the right thing for others that may have to try on those same pants, I did.
Why didn't you just either one put on underwear when you got up, or just put your underwear on before you started trying clothes?
Like humans do.
Yeah, I could have. I just felt like you know, kind of keeping things as usual, and went with the first pair of pants. But then you know, I started feeling a little guilty that there could be other people that may be trying on the same pair.
You think it's mildly rude to do to the
probably
people.
So did go to the underwear after that, and there was also some strategically placed mirrors, which was interesting in the changing area. I'm not pointing fingers or anything, but if anybody wanted to get a little bit of a free show behind the curtain, there were ways of doing that.
Well, besides scarring the wardrobe woman, Paulie, were there any highlights from the trip up there?
The trip, I'm not going to leave the movie part till later with the other guys, but we talked about this before. We went to a late night kind of dinner, drinks, dessert, and Dan Aykroyd was there. And not to be blasé, but we've seen a lot of celebrities working on the show, mostly sports related, but some actors. I think we were all more giddy to see Dan Aykroyd than we thought we would be. He's a legend, I mean, literally. And for us growing up watching SNL and his other movies, we were like, holy cow, it's Dan Aykroyd. And that stuff never gets old.
Seaton, how would you rate the guy's performance in front of the camera?
Oh, I would say that this is A+s all across the board. This is definitely the best we've ever acted. And I would say, based off of these performances, I'm sure agents are going to be calling. It was that strong of a scene.
But so far, none.
So far, none, but nobody's seen it yet. There is some buzz, though. Hollywood Reporter, I got a call from them. That's not true, actually. There is some industry buzz, though.
We'll see here.
Just not our industry. Or
Maybe sitting at the feet of Dan Aykroyd helped out your acting chops, but we wanted to see what the boss thought of your performance. So here it is, Boss's thoughts.
Well, they didn't have to do much performance-wise. I think Sandler realized you can't ask the Danettes to do too much. They were basically asked to just sit there, and they did a really good job. I think Seton and Fritzy are going to get some serious airtime. Paulie sat next to me, but my scene is standing up. I don't know how much he'll get. McLovin pouted because he thought that he was going to get gypped out of this by being moved from me, sitting next to me. So I'm going to say Seton and Fritzy probably did a pretty good job in just sitting there and reacting.
Yeah, I think Fritzy and I might get a little bit of airtime. That being said, the whole scene, if it takes longer than 45 seconds, I'd be shocked. So, I mean, we're talking about a little more airtime. Paulie is probably going to be pretty good. The only question is because Dan is standing and Paul's sitting, that's a concern. Andrew has a strong start because he leads off the scene, I would say. But other than that, I don't know that they really go back to him. So I think there's some good and bad there.
I gotta be honest, me and Paulie might be tied because the standing part, you know, they do these, I'm sure everyone in the Hollywood business knows they do these tight shots and long shots. If they go tight on the guy sitting next to me, I'm in big trouble. If they take the longer shot, same with Paulie. You know, they were close up on Dan. That would not serve us well.
Yeah, Brock, McLovin's got a point. I'm preparing myself to not be in the movie whatsoever unless there's an establishing shot of the entire room where I'll be on for 1/2 of 1 second. That being said, Seton, you don't mind standing up. When Dan was standing up, I was leaning and stretching with everything I had. So if there's a chance, I did everything I could because I'm right here. Now, if you could pan up a little bit, which I know you can't, then we'll see what the situation is because he was standing and I had my head right there, but I don't know if I'm in.
McLovin, what are the odds that you're going to end up on the cutting room floor?
It's possible.
The entire scene?
I mean, if it doesn't, I mean, listen, Adam knows his audience. If they cut out the Danettes, there's always a DVD because people are going to want to see our acting performances. So I figure that it will be in either the director's cut, not the kind of director's cut you prefer, which is more R-rated. But I think even if we don't make the main movie, we'll be on the DVD.
I don't know exactly how important this scene is to the movie.
Yeah. How about this, though? If we are on the cutting room floor and the scene doesn't make it, he should tell us before the premiere, because I don't want to go. I don't think.
No. Well, I would still go.
I don't think I would.
Complain.
Oh, yeah, you could complain a lot.
Be like, oh, wow, this is embarrassing.
But one positive thing, Sandler did go out of his way. Like, he brought Chris Columbus over to us to introduce us, and he said, you know, these are Dan's guys, you know, take care of them and all that. And then before all the other extras came in to this White House press scene, they did sit each of us, like, first, before they brought in the rest of the group and put us next to people that are going to be talking. So, and Chris Columbus nodded to Sandler and said, okay, we'll make sure we get them all in the movie and make sure we put them in a spot where there's going to be people speaking.
Famous Hollywood director Chris Columbus, that might have been the nicest man I've ever worked with in any capacity. I'm like, you're the famous Hollywood director? Shouldn't you be like obnoxious?
Yelling and screaming at people?
I was like, I thought he was going to ask us to go get a Knish afterwards. He was such a nice guy.
He's easily one of the top 2 directors we've ever worked with. Another thing that I noticed, Seton and I had our own little trailer and we're changing clothes and getting ready. And we're truly extras in this movie. We're nothing more than extras.
Right.
But we're saying, like, extras don't get makeup treatment where you go to the big star makeup booth or your own wardrobe person who works with you or your own trailer for a couple hours. So it's like they gave us all the benefits of being in a movie without actually putting us in a movie, which is really smart by them.
It's like taking a ride at an amusement park. What it's like to be in a movie, except you're not really in the movie. It was like we had won some sort of fantasy
There was a little sign that said Danettes trailer, which was kind of cool.
By the way, I just share one.
Is sitting next to
I just share one with Fritzy.
Ooh.
A double banger was not. I needed a third or fourth banger for that one.
I tried to behave.
Did Fritzy baptize the bathroom?
No, he didn't. But you know, there was still no underwear involved. Let's put it that way.
Didn't learn my lesson.
Poor McLovin, you had to sit and have a changing room with Mr. Gray flying around. Adam Sandler on today, though, allayed some of your fears, McLovin, about ending up on the cutting room floor. But it was the director that was having a little problem with what was going on.
Every one of you has a beautiful shot. You're in either your own shots, you're in either Smigel shots, Steve Korn shots, or Danny shots. I promise you, you're all in it. And you got moved for, we were trying to, in the beginning it was cutting around the little twitch thing you had going on. But then I said, we got to get McLovin on camera. No, I promise you, everybody's going to be seen.
So McLovin, that twitch that he had on camera, that you were concerned about that?
Yeah, we were trying to time it right. We call action like, he just twitched. Let's go again right away. We got about 12 seconds. Nope, there it goes. The eyebrow's popping up and down again.
I really don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, that was really mean.
There was another extra. We were sitting there and we're trying to stay out of trouble. We learned about the life of an extra. The life of an extra is to not get talked to whatsoever. This one young lady in the front was supposed to be going, Mr. President, Mr. President, and something she was doing was wrong. I couldn't tell. And they went over and said, and then they shot the scene again, and then they said, we're going to switch her and her. And the girl sitting next to me got switched to the front, and the girl who got switched back to me was complaining in French to the guy next to her for the next 2 hours about her getting. I don't speak a lot of French, but I knew she was upset.
The woman who moved up front was like a professional extra. She was acting out the whole scene like she would do, even after they said cut, she would still be talking about the presidential press conference.
Memorized everyone's
She was a
lines.
method extra actor. It was unbelievable to watch.
Method extra.
Well, hopefully the film goes out there and makes a lot of money. If you want to make some money, the boss has made his Super Bowl pick. Lay down the farm on this one.
Taking Tom Brady and the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl against the Packers. Tommy touchdown. When I'm in Arizona, I will be handing the Super Bowl trophy to Tom and Giselle.
Welcome back to the Box Score. You just saw the boss with his long-awaited Super Bowl pick. McLovin, NFL insider, and SI heavyweight. Are you going to go with Dan's pick?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Dan had hinted strongly he was taking the Seahawks in the NFC. So I'd already been putting out there that I was taking the Seahawks in the NFC. Now I have to seriously reconsider because at this point, I think I picked the Bengals last year and maybe like, I don't know, the Vikings or the Rams, some team. They just had some injuries. It was bad. So I'm going to follow Dan's, but I did already put out Seahawks, so I'm confused.
Dan's pick certainly created some buzz. Shane Irving, immediately following this, tweeted out this on DP's pick. Green Bay versus New England in the sportsbook is plus 3,200 right now. Paul, are you going to take that bet?
That's actually a pretty nice bet. If you put like $100 on that, your upside is monstrous.
Can somebody explain to me what that means?
Okay, if you put $100 down on that matchup, and I don't even think you even have to have the winner. I got to double check that. But those two teams facing each other in the Super Bowl, if you put 100, you win $3,200, which is, I mean, the odds are obviously right against you. What, 32 to 1? That's a nice bet.
All right, guys. Dan gave us his. Who do you guys have going to the Super Bowl this season? Seton, let's start with you.
Well, see, this is a little awkward because for the last about 4 or 5 years straight, I've been saying it's going to be Packers-Patriots, and that's kind of my typical go-to bet. So I'm going to stick with that, see if maybe this one works.
I've been staying away from Denver just because I didn't want to jinx them, but after that shellacking they took against Seattle, it's time to get back there. Payne doesn't have too much time left, and I'm going to say Denver, San Francisco, where Denver gets revenge from that 55-10 blowout, even though there's a whole bunch of different players from both teams, if any, still left. So Broncos over San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going to go completely selfish upside for me. I'm going to go Bears versus Colts because Bears, I look good for the people back home. And Bears-Colts, nobody's predicting. I would look like I know what I'm talking about.
Wow. I didn't know we were doing Super Bowl pick today. Did you guys get this memo?
No,
Hello?
I certainly did not.
Did not.
I have the Pates beating the Niners, Seahawks, or Saints. What?
Mark that down.
I don't know. I gotta see who's healthy. I'm going either the Niners, the Seahawks, or the Saints. And I haven't decided yet.
That's no pick.
Okay.
What is that?
I'll decide by Thursday.
Okay, I'm going to go with Green Bay and Kansas City rematch from Super Bowl I. Chiefs get revenge this time. All right. Well, we have to wait a couple months for that to unfold, but just a minute or so to see who gets the mock headline championship belt. Oh, welcome back to the Box Score. It's been a long weekend. Which one are we? Oh, we're right there. You guys have been off globe-trotting, shooting movies, but who can bring back and concentrate enough to lay the smackdown in this week's
Mark Headline Battle Royale?
All right, I'll give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. We're all over the place. First headline, the Oakland Raiders name Derek Carr Week 1 starter. Paulie, let's start with you.
Cart before the horse. Raiders put in rookie quarterback too early.
Question mark? Wow.
Cart before the horse.
Carr.
McLovin, can you follow that?
Derek Carr.
Carr wreck? Question mark? Like his brother, rookie QB stuck behind questionable offensive line.
A little wordy.
It's like a paragraph.
But thoughtful. Seton, your headline, please.
Week 1 charter. With Carr at the helm, Raiders stink.
No fart noise?
Shark humor.
Am I allowed to say charter?
And Fritzy.
What about Schaub? Allen hands keys to Carr.
Oh, like Bob.
Like car keys.
What about Bob? Richard Dreyfuss. Our next headline, Phillies throw combined no-hitter against the Braves. McLovin, your Phillies, you're up first.
All right, bear with me on this one. Cole Slaw. Combined no-hitter makes for an excellent side dish.
It's a very pleasant dish.
Very cabbagey. Seton, gather yourself. You're next.
Oh, dear. Cold Hamels. Reaction chilly to brotherly effort.
Cold Hamels, warm heart.
Yeah, brotherly love. Brotherly. Anyone?
Fritzy?
Just more than one guy? Hello? This thing on?
Funky Cole Medina. Hamels and staff accomplishment. No wild thing.
Proper tone, Loke, on that. And Paulie, your submission.
Oh, you stepped on me. Cold-blooded. Mean-spirited Phillies manager yanks Hamels in no-hit bid.
Oh, boy. You
Wasn't that good anyway?
Puked all over yourself.
Wasn't that good anyway? Broke my timing.
I thought it was just fine. Third headline, Houston Astros fire manager Bo Porter. Seton, take it away.
Apparently, Bo Porter used to manage the Astros. Who knew?
Oh, Fritzy, your headline.
Ain't that a kick in the Astro? Bo knows unemployment.
Whoa.
A Dean Martin song. Paulie, what do you got?
Porter housed. Astros flame broil another manager.
Oh,
nice.
Snap.
Thanks, man.
Nice. Solid and meaty. And McLovin. As he scribbles it down.
Astros fire. Astros fire who now?
Oh, I think that gets a cheer. Our final headline, Louisville beats Miami in ACC debut and Bobby Petrino's first game back. Fritzy, what's your headline?
Back on the bike. Bobby wins opening affair.
Oh, boy.
Low blow.
Paulie, what do you have?
Over the Ville, veteran coach Patino wins and return to Cardinals. Petrino?
Patino.
Who cares if we fired soon anyway?
Tomato, tomato. McLovin, you're up.
Petrino. Try Patine.
Yeah.
Patrine, yes.
And Seton, wrap it up.
Paying homage to the great Todd Fritz. Pasta prematura. Yeah. Patino says Petrino hype a little quick. Boom!
That is great, but was it good enough to win? No, the mock headline championship belt goes to McLovin, of course.
Yeah! Patrine, yes! Patrine, yes!
Poutine.
Patrine, yes! Just say Patrine, yes. Coleslaw. Astros
Still
fire.
to come. If you need tips knocking down a brick wall, we got them for you. Stay with us.
The Box Score presents Great Moments in DP Show History.
Just. What's he doing?
Thanks for watching Great Moments in DP Show History.
Oh, my, welcome back to the Box Score. It's last call here at the Box Score Bar. We just saw Seton doing some work on a desk there. What in the HE double hockey sticks was going on there?
It's like the dumbest bit ever. We're building Todd and Andrew a new desk, and Dan thought it would be really funny if I acted like I was mad at it and smash it with a baseball bat.
That was Dan's idea?
Yeah. Okay. And it was like, I was supposed to act, I had to throw this temper tantrum and all this stuff, and it was so dumb because it didn't even, like, the desk didn't even get damaged, really, and it was just so stupid.
But the tough part is Seton had to commit to it, and once he started, you can't go, all right, I'm going to call a timeout, and we'll try to see him
I'd
later.
rather not do that. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want to do this. It's like, no, it'll be great. I'm like, ugh, this sucks.
Well, maybe you could have given these guys some tips. The Eastern Michigan football team tries to knock down this wall before taking the field. Certainly wasn't the smoothest. I guess these guns weren't good enough to knock down that wall. McLovin, how would you rate this embarrassing display?
Yeah, I feel like something like me, like the team manager, could have done as good as that. I was really did not get it at all.
McLovin, you would have poured a stream of water and let erosion take care of it over a series of years. You'd been like, 4 or 5 years from now, this will be down 3 inches.
Well, the key is they should have gone for like on the bottom middle and gotten one of those out, and then it all would have tumbled. Instead of going for the top, they clearly didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, no one's playing Jenga in the dorms. Fritzy, I think you could have given these guys some tips. We dug up this classic clip of you laying the smack down on something.
Whoa.
Enough. I'm used to this.
Have you ever swung a baseball bat?
Yeah, Fritzy. He's kind of polite.
Dude.
All right. All right there, Slugger.
Pretty pathetic display there.
I've never seen you in such a rage before.
Did you actually apologize to the cardboard
I think
afterwards?
I must have. I think I took it out for lunch afterwards. I was not. I was just not good in every possible way. I wasn't hitting it hard. I wasn't doing any damage to it. I didn't look.
I still kind of want to.
Angry.
I still want a partition for Fritzy.
That I don't like. I don't like when you do that. Not even as a joke.
Kind of like at a urinal and the rest stop, how you get a partition. I just want something like that. It doesn't have to be huge.
You're hurting
we can find a sponsor. We'll do it.
I don't appreciate that.
Maybe a urinal cake or something? I don't know. Fritzy, cheer up. Who's on tomorrow?
Brooklyn Decker will join us in studio. Kay Adams and Dahani Jones will be guest hosting from New York City Man Cave. We'll also catch up with Tony Dungy, who will join us from Seattle, getting ready for kickoff of Packers and Seahawks Thursday night.
Brooklyn Decker. Now we're all cheered up. Awesome. Thanks for watching the Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern or at high noon out here in the West Coast, right here on Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Here's the Pixels.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the Box Score. Holy cow!